When I brought this up to you guys years back, it was a stupid question, okay?
Okay.
Do you think people meet at Christie Pits and open trunks of cars and throw in duffel bags of money to say, nobody knows about this, but this is like an added bonus. And I think Bryan and Jamie, you both said, are you a moron? No one does that. No one would meet at Christie Pits and plant a shrub. And then somebody in a black suit with gloves on would say, great job. Here's $7 million in cash, and throw it in their truck.
I love this story.
Pretty damn cool.
I love this story, man. This story is so fulfilling.
Man.
Shout out to Pablo Torre, who broke this open today. So if you're not familiar with it, Torre on his podcast went through everything about how there was some allegedly shell company called Aspiration that allegedly was a tree planting company.
Yeah.
Owned and operated, or at least funded by Steve Ballmer, who, of course, is one of the richest men on earth. And
He's
also
the eighth wealthiest guy on the planet.
Eighth wealthiest guy on the planet. Loves trees. Pretty cool. Loves trees.
Pretty damn cool.
Owns the Clippers. And according to Torre's reporting and research, that Kawhi Leonard was getting $28 million total, $7 million per to be an endorser for tree planting. $7 million cash. And by all accounts, has never done anything. Doesn't like trees. I don't know if he's around trees. I don't know if he's a tree guy whatsoever.
Apparently he loves apples. Did you hear the Popovich story of the apples where he ate like a dozen apples at a team meal one time?
So apple trees. Maybe that's what Kawhi's into. I don't know.
This was outrageous this morning. This was outrageous, like when I read that.
Noodles, apparently he asked Larry Applebaum. Not Larry Applebaum.
Larry Tannenbaum. We have a friend, Lawrence Applebaum.
Lawrence.
Shout out to Lawrence Applebaum.
Shout out to Lawrence, one of our favorites.
Lawrence, yes.
Larry
Tannenbaum.
You are fake news.
And he wanted to do the same thing, and it's like, how much do you actually need, man?
Right.
How much do you
there's a radio guy in Phoenix who I guess very connected in the NBA. I love how now that the door's broken open on this, all this reporting that people have been sitting on for 6 years is blowing up. But apparently, according to this guy, I'll get his name and his credentials in a moment. But Tannenbaum was bent out of shape when Kawhi left because Tannenbaum had done everything he could to secure upwards of $15 million in endorsement deals for Kawhi, which again happens in sports all the time. Everyone's got endorsement deals. Everybody, every superstar player has endorsement deals. And endorsement deals are one thing. A tree planting front where you're just getting straight cash is pretty wild.
It's a shell company, man. That's
it's a
money
shell
laundering.
company. It's gone bankrupt, and as a result, all the details are public now. And Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer and the Clippers are possibly going to have the answer for this.
So here's my question. Here's my question.
That's like 5 first-round draft picks, man. Like the last time this happened,
we'll see what the
massive.
NBA does here. We'll see what they end up doing.
So here's my question, though. We'll see how deep this runs because if the other owners are like, stick it to them, we don't do that, then, hit them with everything. If they do it, they'll be like, hey, slap his wrist, nothing to see here because keep in mind, Steve Ballmer, a brilliant man, one of the wealthiest guys on the planet, this isn't in a vacuum. This isn't a one-off. I think this happens everywhere. We've talked you and I have talked about it with college, with college recruiting where they're like, hey, come play for Princeton or whatever, our college, and you can work at the rink, but you don't really have to show up and we can give you a scholarship. Like all of the circumventing is out there. It'll be interesting to see in the NBA particularly, if the other owners band together and go, nail this guy, or, hey, slap him on the wrist and let's make this story go away because we did something too.
You're absolutely right.
True.
We will know.
Very, very good point.
We will know if the other owners are doing this based on how the NBA reacts.
Yeah.
Because if it's one of one, then they should blow up. The other owners should say this is ridiculous because the difference between college and this is there's a salary cap, and that's the whole point of this. You're circumventing the salary cap. That's supposed to be the equalizer. In college, In junior hockey, we've always known it. Money under the table. It's a recruitment tool. This is a recruitment tool, but it's about paying a guy to get around the cap. And if that's the case and the other owners are not doing it, then they're going to freak out, you would presume. If they are doing it, then you're right. They're just going to say, hey, go deal with him, but don't come look at us. Yeah. And you know who will know if other owners are doing it? Steve Ballmer.
Exactly.
And he's a lunatic. Right? This is a nightmare for the NBA because he's got so much money. Yeah. You want to go to court? Let's go to court. He's going to yell and scream. He's a loose cannon. Yeah. When he's talking about urinals, he's a loose cannon. Now he's talking about shell companies and cap circumventing. Who knows what this guy's going to blurt out? It's the worst owner you could have in this situation because he's a complete maverick and cowboy. He's got more money than anybody could ever imagine. And who knows how he's going to react. I can tell you this. Kawhi Leonard is sleeping easy. He doesn't care. No, right? What does Kawhi care? He's going to miss some money here, but he's not getting penalized. This is an ownership issue. Kawhi's sitting there saying,
why is he going to miss money? Hasn't he already been paid in full?
No, I guess because of the bankruptcy, they might owe him one more payment.
Well, the tree company went under.
The tree company went under. So I guess that's the thing. He's still owed like $7 million.
Yeah. Well, the amount of memes. This is where the internet wins.
Some of the trees go bad, or like
I don't know. I love that it's a tree. Do you know how lazy that is? Yeah. Like, does Ballmer have some like hippie kid who suggested that? Like, just make it a tree. Like, make a shell company as a tree planting company. Like, that's what people are going to believe is absolutely absurd.
I think it's brilliant because if you look at California being a really green state as far as progressive climate change, all of that, it's like, hey, I'll put $50 million into a shell company to go plant trees. Nothing to see over here.
Right.
Listen, it happens. Again, sports different. You see it in politics. You see all the different things where the shell companies are formed, kickbacks, all of that type of stuff. This is the interesting one because does this blow it wide open for all sports? Because I guarantee you, Gary Bettman probably had to have a conversation with some of his owners going, where are we at here? Because other leagues are going to get
if you have a salary cap. Right. You're right. I mean, if you're a Clipper fan, you're thinking, hey, this is great. My guy's trying something. Right. You'd also be asking, why do we still suck? Like, how have we not won anything when we're cheating and circumventing and we got tree companies and we're spending cash?
Oh, no, there's no question, Hayes. There's some guys sweating that have been handing over bags of money for years that have been doing this, and they're just waiting.
Yeah, or other players now who, like, you think, did Paul George, was he planting trees? Sure. James Harden out there planting trees? You know, like who else with the Clippers has been planting trees? That's what I want to know.
Did you see the list, though? Like he named other people. Like Robert Downey Jr. was out. Like, why is he getting paid?
But the thing is, he's like a free citizen. He's not. But it's just burdened by a salary cap or anything.
It's funny, like you say. All of a sudden, hey, here's some money for this guy and for this guy. Like it's funny. You start to uncover some of this nonsense. You're going to see a lot of cockroaches scattering because, they're trying to hide it under a rock.